Welcome back to The Fame, your one-stop destination for the hottest news and the juiciest updates. Today, we're diving deep into four major stories that have everyone talking. First up, Jinger Duggar Forsyth is stirring the pot with her latest homeschooling routine. She claims a brisk 40-minute session from 9 o'clock to 9:40 a.m. is all it takes for her kids, but fans are left wondering if that's really enough time, especially for her 7-year-old son, Gideon. Is it a case of efficiency or a shortcut to education? Next, rumor has it that Jinger might be plotting a big move to Los Angeles to be closer to her sister, Jinger Duggar Vuolo. With Jinger based in Arkansas and Jinger already thriving in LA, this extended visit to California has sparked major fan theories about a possible cross-country relocation. What's the real story behind these speculations? In a stunning twist to the long-standing Duggar tradition, Jinger herself is breaking away from the norm. Known for the family's strict educational rules, Jinger and her husband Jeremy have recently taken a radically different approach to their daughter's schooling, leaving fans shocked and buzzing with questions. And finally, on a more heartfelt note, Jill Duggar has opened up about a deeply personal loss. In an emotional Instagram post marking the anniversary of her daughter Isla Marie's stillbirth, Jill shared poignant reflections and the little glimpses of joy that still light up their lives. Her raw, honest message has resonated with fans and loved ones alike. Stay tuned as we break down each of these stories, explore every angle, and bring you all the details right here on The Fame. Let's get into it. Today, we're diving into Jinger Duggar Forsyth's latest homeschooling routine and the internet's very mixed reactions. Joy recently shared a video of her morning with the kids while staying in California. And let's just say, fans had a lot to say. Why? Because according to Joy, homeschooling in the Forsyth household takes just 40 minutes a day, from 9 o'clock to 9:40 a.m. Is that really enough for her 7-year-old son Gideon, who should be in 2nd grade? Or is this yet another case of a Duggar child growing up with a less than thorough education? Let's break it all down. Jinger, who was homeschooled herself, has followed in her parents' footsteps by choosing to homeschool her own kids. In her recent video, she showcased her daily routine with Gideon and Evelyn, noting that school time lasts a total of 40 minutes each morning before they move on to the rest of the day's activities. Now, homeschooling can look different for every family, and one-on-one instruction doesn't necessarily need to take as long as traditional schooling. But the issue here, fans aren't convinced that Joy is covering enough material, especially for a 2nd grader. Some pointed out that homeschool for young kids typically includes around 90 minutes of structured learning. Others noted that while play-based and experiential learning is valid, 40 minutes of sit-down school seems alarmingly short, especially when Gideon is at an age where he should be developing stronger reading, writing, and math skills. Many questioned whether Joy, who has admitted to struggling in school herself, is equipped to properly teach her children. And of course, the discussion quickly turned into a broader debate about homeschooled kids growing up and then homeschooling their own children. One commenter compared the situation to the Rodriguezes, a fundamentalist family known for generations of inadequate education, where the kids are barely literate as adults. But not everyone was critical. Some homeschool parents chimed in to defend Joy, saying that one-on-one instruction is more efficient than a traditional classroom setting, where teachers juggle 20 to 30 kids. Hands-on activities, field trips, and everyday life skills can also count as learning, even if they don't look like a structured school day. They're literally on vacation, so maybe this isn't Joy's full homeschool schedule, but just a way to keep the kids engaged while traveling. That said, even Joy's defenders admit that her own educational background isn't the strongest. And if she isn't supplementing that 40-minute school session with additional learning, Gideon could fall behind. And let's not forget, homeschooling laws vary by state. Some require standardized testing and strict curriculums, while others give parents complete freedom, meaning there's little oversight to ensure kids are actually getting a decent education. So what do you guys think? Is Jinger's short homeschool schedule reasonable, or does it sound more like educational neglect? Do you think Gideon and Evelyn are getting a strong enough foundation, or is this another case of the Duggar cycle repeating itself? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Next, we're diving into an intriguing rumor that has Duggar fans buzzing. Is Jinger Duggar Forsyth considering moving to Los Angeles to be closer to her sister, Jinger Duggar Vuolo? Joy-Anna and Ginger have always shared a tight-knit bond despite living miles apart. While Joy-Anna and her husband, Austin Forsyth, reside in Arkansas, Jinger and Jeremy Vuolo have firmly planted their roots in Los Angeles, where they're raising their growing family. But after an extended visit to California that has lasted for weeks, some fans are convinced that the Forsyths might be thinking about making the move permanent. So, is there any truth to the speculation? Or is this just another case of wishful thinking from Duggar followers? Let's break it all down from fan theories to Joy-Anna's own response, and see if a cross-country move is really in the cards for the Forsyth family. Joy-Anna and Ginger's sisterly bond keeps fans talking. If you've followed the Duggar sisters over the years, you already know that Joy-Anna and Ginger have a special connection. Even though they grew up in a family with 19 siblings, these two have always been particularly close. Their children are also similar in age, which makes visits even more meaningful. After all, who wouldn't want their kids to grow up alongside their cousins? Over the past few weeks, Joy-Anna, Austin, and their 3 kids have been spending a significant amount of time in California with the Vuolos. And given how much they're enjoying their time out west, some fans have begun speculating that this extended stay could be a test run for a potential move. On Reddit, one user sparked discussion by posting, "Joy and Austin have spent the entire month of February in California. Wonder if they're thinking about moving there?" And naturally, this set off a flurry of responses from fans trying to piece together clues about whether the Forsyths are actually considering a big relocation. Are the Forsyths really moving to Los Angeles? So, what's the truth? Are Joy-Anna and Austin Forsyth gearing up for a life-changing move to Los Angeles? Well, probably not. Several Duggar fans were quick to shut down the speculation, pointing out that Joy-Anna herself has already addressed the topic. Some fans on Reddit chimed in with comments like, "They said they're not. I think they like to spend some time during the winter months out there every year." It's doable when you homeschool your kids because you're not missing any school when your mom is your teacher. Joy said in an IG story that they have been staying in their own rentals, but they are there a lot while Austin has been working. According to Ginger on her Instagram stories, she said that Joy and Austin are not moving to California. "I get the feeling they like to spend some time there during the winter months every year." So, based on both Joy-Anna and Ginger's own words, it seems like this visit is just that, a visit. The Forsyths are not making any permanent moves, but rather they're just enjoying an extended stay, something that appears to be a regular winter tradition for them. Another interesting detail: Austin is reportedly working on projects while in California, meaning that their trip isn't just for leisure. This could explain why the family has been staying longer than usual, but it doesn't necessarily mean they're planning to uproot their lives in Arkansas. Could Joy-Anna visit again soon? Even if Joy-Anna and Austin aren't moving to Los Angeles, that doesn't mean she won't be back very soon. As many fans know, Ginger and Jeremy Vuolo are expecting their 3rd child this month, which means there's a good chance that Joy-Anna might return to lend a helping hand once the baby arrives. The Vuolos have been very private about their children, often choosing to keep their faces hidden from social media. However, they do tend to share birth announcements, so fans are eagerly waiting for any updates about baby number 3. With 2 young daughters at home, Ginger and Jeremy will likely appreciate any extra support, and who better to step in than Ginger's closest sister, Joy-Anna? So, while it looks like a full-on move isn't happening, don't be surprised if we see Joy-Anna back in Los Angeles sooner rather than later. So what do you think? Would Joy-Anna and Austin ever consider permanently moving to California? Or are they just happy being visitors? And do you think Joy-Anna will be back in LA soon to help Ginger with baby number 3? Then for decades, the Duggar family has followed strict rules that dictate everything from how they dress to how they educate their children. Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar homeschooled all 19 of their kids, and for many of the Duggar siblings, that tradition has continued. But not for Jinger Duggar Vuolo. In a move that has stunned fans, Ginger and her husband Jeremy have taken a drastically different path when it comes to their daughter's education. And this latest revelation has social media buzzing. So, what did Ginger do that shocked fans? Let's break it down. Jinger Duggar Vuolo has already distanced herself from her famous family in many ways. She left Arkansas, moved to Los Angeles with Jeremy, and even ditched the ultra-conservative clothing rules she was raised with. But now, she's breaking yet another major Duggar tradition: homeschooling. According to a new Instagram story from Ginger, fans noticed something very different about her daughters, Felicity and Evangeline. A Reddit user quickly pointed out a key detail in the picture. Felicity was dressed in what appeared to be a school uniform. This led fans to conclude that Ginger and Jeremy send their oldest daughter to a private Christian school, a stark contrast to how Ginger and her siblings were raised. Some fans were shocked that Ginger would make such a bold choice, given how deeply homeschooling is ingrained in the Duggar family. Others, however, weren't too surprised. Many Reddit users chimed in, recalling that Ginger and Jeremy had already confirmed this decision in a past Q&A podcast. One commenter wrote, "Another commenter was relieved, stating, 'Thank goodness for her sake. I don't love religion-based schools, but at least she's being taught by people with better education than Ginger ever had.' And some even speculated that the school might be connected to Jeremy's church and possibly part of his employment benefits. Privacy concerns. Did Ginger make a mistake? But while many applauded Ginger for stepping away from Duggar traditions, others felt she could be doing more to protect her children's privacy. Unlike most of her siblings, Ginger has made a point to keep her daughters' faces off social media. However, some fans believe that posting a picture of Felicity in a recognizable school uniform was a risky move. One Redditor even claimed they were able to identify Felicity's school through a simple Google search, raising concerns about the family's safety and privacy. One user wrote, "I just proved to myself that it's pretty easy to find out which school they send the oldest to via a quick Google search." Another person added, "I would never advertise where my children go to school if I had even the slightest bit of fame. Actually, I still don't with my 0 bit of fame." This debate has left fans divided. While many appreciate Ginger's decision to break away from her family's strict homeschooling culture, others question whether she and Jeremy are making the best choices when it comes to their daughter's privacy. So, what do you think? Is Jinger Duggar Vuolo setting a positive example by choosing a private school over homeschooling? Or do you think she and Jeremy are making a mistake by posting clues about their daughter's school online? Finally, Jill Duggar is opening her heart and sharing a deeply personal moment with fans. The former Counting On star recently marked the anniversary of a devastating loss, the stillbirth of her daughter, Isla Marie. In an emotional Instagram post, Jill reflected on the heartbreak of losing her baby at 4 months pregnant, while also cherishing the little glimpses of joy Isla brought to their family before her passing. Stay tuned as we break down Jill's heartfelt message, the impact of this loss on her family, and the touching words of support she received from fans and loved ones. On February 27th, Jill Duggar, now 33, took to Instagram to honor her late daughter, Isla Marie, who tragically passed away in April 2024. In a heartfelt post, Jill shared never-before-seen moments of her pregnancy, remembering how much joy Isla brought to their family before her unexpected passing. She began her tribute by recalling a bittersweet memory. Just 1 year ago, she was still loving her baby bump, excited for the journey ahead. She hadn't yet announced the pregnancy publicly, but was eagerly anticipating sharing the news. Jill reminisced about the moment she saw Isla on an ultrasound screen, describing her as a sweet little doll who was dancing and waving. But before they could celebrate with a public announcement, their world was turned upside down with the devastating news that their baby had passed away. Jill and her husband, Derek Dillard, later revealed that their daughter was stillborn in April 2024. The couple, who are parents to 3 boys, Israel, 9, Samuel, 7, and Freddie, 2, had already imagined a life with their little girl, making the loss even more painful. As the anniversary of Isla's passing approached, Jill shared her emotions openly, writing that she and her family still talk about their little girl often. In her post, she expressed how she wished she could have shared more of the happy moments before tragedy struck. But instead of letting grief consume her, Jill chose to celebrate the joy Isla brought them, even in her short time with them. In a particularly touching moment, Jill reflected on what Isla's life might have looked like today. She imagined her daughter getting ready for her first swim lessons and chasing after her big brothers, getting into mischief. This heartbreaking yet sweet sentiment struck a chord with many of Jill's followers, who flooded the comment section with love and support. Fan and family reactions. Jill's post resonated deeply with fans and fellow moms who have experienced similar losses. Married at First Sight star Jamie Otis Henner, who has been open about her own pregnancy losses, commented, "Sending you so much love, it's the worst pain." Another follower shared, "I am so sorry you had to go through this loss. I was heartbroken when I saw the announcement of her passing. I am sending prayers to you for healing." Even Jill's mother-in-law, Dina Dillard, left a touching comment, calling Isla forever our first girl. Jill's ability to be open about her loss and find joy in the midst of grief is inspiring. Many women who have suffered similar heartbreaks find comfort in hearing stories like Jill's. Knowing they're not alone in their pain, the support from fans, friends, and family shows just how much love surrounds her during this difficult time. Jill Duggar's tribute to her daughter Isla Marie is a heartbreaking yet beautiful reminder that even in the face of loss, we can hold on to the love and joy our loved ones brought into our lives. It's clear that Jill, Derek, and their boys will always keep Isla's memory alive. What are your thoughts on Jill's emotional tribute? Have you ever experienced a loss like this, and what helped you find comfort? Let us know in the comments below. And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more updates on the Duggar family and beyond. Thank you for watching The Fame. We'll see you in the next video.